hotkeys worked. Nice. Here we are. Back again. Back for the Royal Rumble. I never... what are you up to? I never sign into Twitch. I don't really go on it. I just stream it, it's kind of there. There's probably a series of notifications. That's just a statement I wanted to make. So, I hope everything looks alright on it. Yeah, I imagine I'll log on at some point and there'll be, you know, like those achievements. And it's like, you streamed 5 days in a row. And I'm like, yeah, I did. Don't tell me that, though. I was watching some, because I've kind of, the streams are a little all over the place. There's stuff from when I first started doing this. And more of like, I'm kind of in a pattern of kind of streaming this save and then uploading it a week later onto YouTube, which is pretty good, all things considered. Got a backlog of things if I ever get in a position for whatever reason that I can't stream. But I've noticed in some of the more recent ones, the audio levels are a bit up and down. Speaking of that, actually. I mean, I can't make myself any louder. I don't necessarily think... That. Nice. Yeah, I don't necessarily think I'm the issue. I think sometimes the music is the issue. So I'm sorry. Let me know if it's ever alright. I understand. I've listened. At some certain points, it's fine. At some certain points, it absolutely isn't. I would obviously prefer to err on the side of having it quieter. But obviously, I can't really... I do edit this afterwards to a degree. But the audio level kind of comes out as one. There is probably a separate way that I could record the microphone audio and then the actual game audio, but laziness, to be honest, is what's preventing that. But no one needs to care about that. I'm just sorry about if any of the audio's up and down. But we start off with the WWF Royal Rumble 1992. Nope. 1992. Perfect. Opening. God, I need to remember that bit. That's fine. That's a 3-minute hype video. We obviously have Hogan, Savage, Flair, Jake, Ted, Slaughter, Sid, The Undertaker. Was Slaughter always up here? Unsure. That's fine. Put these boys in. Jobs are good. So that's kind of the opening. If I look at this review that we have, shout out to Blog of Doom. We then get the classic Vince McMahon Royal Rumble intro, which again we can't have there. Then the opening match is the Orient Express of Kato and Tanaka against the new foundation of Owen and Jim. But we don't have the Orient Express. So instead we can do Owen and Jim against heel team. So is it Beverly's against the Bushwhackers? Is that, yeah, that's a match. We can stick... I don't really want the Nasty Boys going in badly. Heel, men. I feel like it needs to be an actual team. So I'm thinking maybe we can stick them against... Who are two... Oh, heels. That's why I'm being a fool. No one necessarily down here. We could probably stick them against the Barbarian and Hercules. Because Hercules himself, he's on 5 wins and 1 losses. And even that loss is him in SWS. With Davey Boy Smith. Where's his contract actually? I don't think I can check from here. Oh, he's on loan. It's fine, he'll be on loan as much as he wants. And the Barbarian, if we check his match history, 2 wins, so he lost to Savage, and he's got 2 wins and went to a double count out with the Berserker. So I think it's not as if they're in a bad position if they kind of lose this match. But let's stick Owen Hart over. Work the crowd. This is like a solid opening match to me. Like, a kind of, with a team like this, a stable like the Dragon Bombers, I want to see them on a level of the Wyatt family, where no team can be utterly indestructible. Like, eventually they do need to lose, and that power is, the idea is bringing them back up after that. So Lord Alfred Hage is backstage and recaps the situation between Bret Hart and the Mountie and shows us footage of Piper saving Bret from a post-match Mountie attack. So we can put all this in. So Lord Alfred Hayes, I guess, not cutting up. I got maybe character development, and then we also need Bret off screen, the Mountie off screen, and Roddy also off screen. It's 3-minute series video, pre-taped. Yeah, it's fine. And then Sean Mosley is with Jimmy Hart and the new IC champion, the Mountie, who are happy that the Mountie won the belt, but also unhappy at Piper getting a title shot, because he doesn't have enough wins to have earned it. So what's this? The Mountie. The Mountie is happy he won the belt, but is also unhappy that Roddy Piper's getting a title shot. Yeah. But we can also stick all this here just so when we run down. So backstage we have Sean Mooney as the interviewer, Jimmy Hart cutting a promo, and the Mountie cutting a promo on Roddy Piper off screen, and Bret Hart off screen. And then finally, Mean Gene is with Piper, which ultimately comes down to him implying the Mountie and Jimmy Hart are gay and mocking them for it, because that was the babyface thing to do in 1992. Mean Gene Oakland is Roddy Piper, who mocks Jimmy Hart and the Mountie. That's all we're gonna say. Not every bit of Roddy Piper's bits are appropriate as of now. Right, some has aged well, some hasn't. Some's still funny, some's a bit cringy. That's life. That's how things are when you move forward in it. Not everything in life is going to age well. Got to take everything a bit differently. So Roddy Piper cut a promo. Jimmy Hart and the Mountie off screen. Perfect. Nope. Obviously, match 2 is then the Mountie against Piper, in which Piper wins his first title. Do I feel bad? The Mountie, check his title. No defenses, 16 days. Yeah. Do I like the Mountie though? Yeah. So, well, to be honest, I prefer the Rougeaus, but let's have Roddy Piper win. I guess make this match a wild brawl. He isn't an announcer. Who is commentating? Calling the action tonight is just Monsoon and Heenan. Segment. If we just go to commentary, no Roddy Piper anymore. Superstars is probably Vince McMahon, Mr. Perfect, and who else is normally doing those? I guess Bobby. Save. Gorilla and Monsoon. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that looks good to me. So, after that match, Piper shocks the Mountie with his own Shocks Blink and celebrates with his new belt. Always happy to have Piper with a title. Let's just stick it as Roddy Piper character development in the Mountie. And in the Road Agent's note, we can put this as an... a regular storyline victory. Of... where is it? Icy Gold. Winner, Roddy Piper. The loser being the Mountie. Roddy Piper gets a regular storyline victory. Perfect. It can be improvised, Piper, don't you worry. So Alfred Hayes interviews Hulk Hogan, who says he'll have no friends later on tonight, as it's every man for himself. Hayes interviews Hogan, who says he'll have no friends tonight, as it's every man for himself. Nice. Once again, let's have Lord as the interviewer. Hulk cutting a promo on Ric Flair. And who is it? Sid Justice. It's gonna get me every time, isn't it? Gonna get me every time. Let me just quickly check these levels. Yeah, the audio seems absolutely fine. Shout out to all these people who followed. You too could be part of that. Mean Gene is backstage with the Bushwhackers and Jameson, who are excited to wrestle the Beverly Sisters. I can't wait. Oh god. Interviews Hogan. Hulk Hogan. We can. Mean Gene is backstage with the Bushwhackers. We don't need to do Jameson. Alright. No one cares about Jameson. 3 minutes backstage interview. Gene is the interviewer. Luke cutting a promo. So is Butch. And then Bo and Blake Beverly are off screen. Yeah. I can't wait just to get rid of all 4 of these people. I don't even have anything bad against the Beverlys. The Beverlys win against the Bushwhackers. The Bushwhackers beat up the heels, Jameson and Genius. Battle, no one cares. Teams, Beverlys against the Bushwhackers. Literally 5 minutes, put Bo over. Job's a good one. That's that done. Don't need to do anything else in the storyline. Mean Gene is backstage with the Road Warriors, who cut a promo hyping their upcoming match with the Natural Disasters, saying that they are the champions and aren't going to duck anyone. So Mean Gene is backstage with the Road Warriors, saying that they're the champs and they aren't going to duck anyone. Yeah, that's fine. So Gene Okerlund, once again, interviewer. Animal. Cutting a promo. Hawk, not Haku. Road Warrior Haku's pretty cool. It's Earthquake. Off screen. Typhoon. That is fine with me. To be fair, I don't mind. If we can hire Paul Ellering. Oh, he's the booker. That's fine. I am more than happy to bring Ellering in. Just to be a manager, just to kind of get these little bits up. In fact, it's probably easier to get him for 1 month. What did I put on? You can be just a written. Nice. So winners by count out is the natural disasters, but in the end it's a double count out and a draw. So if we just do the Legion of Doom and the natural disasters, however, the 12 minutes draw double count out. Yeah. Titles for the WF World Tag Team. Everyone's pretty happy, so that's fine with me. Natural disasters try to steal the belt following that, but the Road Warriors fend them off and get the belts back. That is fine with me. If we have Typhoon, Earthquake, Animal and Hawk. Just 4 minutes. We don't need to bring in the rest of the Dragon Bombers. So Sean Mooney is backstage with Jimmy Hart and Natural Disasters. They are unhappy that they don't have the belts. And they say they deserve a rematch. I'm happy to do Jimmy Hart and the Dragon Bombers. The Dragon Bombers are unhappy that they won the match, but they don't have the belts. Yeah. Backstage interview. Sean Mooney is the interviewer. Jimmy Hart cutting a promo along with Mr. Fuji. Typhoon. Put on character development, same with Earthquake. And then we can also have Hercules, Barbarian, the Berserker, and the Warlord in a non-speaking role, with Animal and Hawk off screen. I kind of like the idea of doing a huge war game style thing of Animal, Hawk, and people that they're friends with. So maybe people from Japan, Misawa, stuff like that. And then having a big war games type thing of the Dragon Bombers against all the Road Warriors if we get Kensuke Sasuke. But we'll see. I don't know if it'll work out. Mean Gene is backstage with a new IC champ, Roddy Piper, who says he will now win the Royal Rumble and become the first man to win both belts in one night. So Piper says he'll now win the belt and be the first man to win both belts. That is fine with me. If we have Gene Oakland once again as the interviewer, backstage interview. Roddy cutting a promo. The Mountie off screen. Brett. Ric Flair. Hulk and Sid. Sid being like, oh, I'm going to beat all of them. I'm going to be the champion. And then Sean Mooney is in the locker room with Shawn Michaels and the Barbarian. Barbarian stormed past Mooney, but Michael sticks around so we can recap him going heel by flinging Marty Jannetty through the window. Michael says he saved Jannetty a beating tonight by injuring him and taking him out the Royal Rumble match. Oh god. Loads of writing mistakes recently, just in general. I think I'm very good with the keyboard. I think we can just do that. Backstage interview. Sean Mooney is the interviewer. Shawn Michaels putting a promo on Marty. Perfect. Lord Alfred is backstage with Ric Flair, who says he drew the number 3 and he's going to make everyone a believer tonight. Nice. Solid. A very nice Little promo. Oh. Come on, I just need to take out one more thing. I can change that. A believer, nice. Once again, like 4 minutes, backstage interview. Who is it? It's Lord Alfred is the interviewer. Ric Flair. Cutting a promo. As always, Hulk and Sid are off screen. It is now time for the Royal Rumble match. 30 men. Perfect. So we have Hogan, Savage, Flair. Snakes in it, Ted, Slaughter, Sid and The Undertaker. We at least have Big Boss Man in. Bret Hart isn't in it. We'll come back to them, IRS. I would like to see Roddy Piper in it. Same with, I think, the Mountie. Recognisable. We can stick Virgil in, Tito, Bulldog, Shawn Michaels, Rick Martel. Let's stick Volkov in. We'll stick in both Von Erichs. This is the debut of Kevin. Snooker. Let's stick Neidhart in. I wouldn't mind sticking in both. Did I stick Duggan in? Yeah. Sags and Knobs is an idea if that's them meeting. Beverly's we don't really need. I'd like to stick in Maniac Mark Lewin. I'd also like to stick in the Dynamite Kid making his debut. Similarly, I think Ross Hart. I don't. Like stick in Ray Stevens. I don't know if there's anyone definite. Maybe let's go through. So Davey Boy is entrant number 1. We do have the British Bulldog. Then it's Ted DiBiase with Sensational Sherry. Ted DiBiase is eliminated straight away by Davey Boy. Next up is Ric Flair with Mr. Perfect. Then Jerry Sags. Straight after, Sags is eliminated by Davey Boy. Next up is Haku, someone I haven't stuck in. I think we can stick Haku in. We have one more. Haku again, out by Davey Boy. Shawn Michaels up next. Got him. We have Tito Santana afterwards. Then the Barbarian, who we don't have. Kerry Von Erich's out. Then the Repo Man, who I don't have. Greg, don't have. Volkov. Volkov is eliminated by the Repo Man. Big Boss Man is in. Followed by Hercules. Piper. Jake the Snake. 17th is Jim Duggan. So we have most of these. IRS. He is in, is he? Yes. Superfly Snooker. The Undertaker. Macho Man. The Berserker. Virgil. Colonel Mustafa is in, who is someone we don't. Oh, do we have Mustafa? We don't. Rick, Hogan, Skinner is 27th. Imagine waiting for that, and Skinner's coming in. Sergeant Slaughter, Sid Justice, and then the Warlord. So of all these people, I think we can stick in Jerry Lawler. So the Royal Rumble match, how long is it? Do I have a... Okay, just quick check. Royal Rumble 1992. For some reason it doesn't say. In Albany. So the winner in 1 hour and 2 minutes is Ric Flair by last eliminating Sid. In the pre-show, Chris Walker defeated the Brooklyn Brawler by DQ. So, Road Agent notes. Obviously, it's a storytelling match. The victor, Ric Flair. So let's see. Oh god, we don't need to do the first elimination. The last elimination is, if we go back, is Sid. Sid is interfered on, which it not fair, by Hulk Hogan, who grabs his hand and shakes it. 28th elimination, obviously Hulk Hogan. After Hulk, 27th is Randy Savage, obviously. 26th, we can stay that it was Piper, and I'm happy to make it Roddy Piper. After that, it does become a bit hazy. I don't really mind too much. I would like to stick. Realise my flies were down. Roddy Piper, not Roddy Piper, sorry. Kevin and Kerry at this point. 23rd is the Dynamite Kid. 22nd elimination is the British Bulldog, who was eliminated by Davey Boy. Other than that, not too bothered. Creative finish, Brian Costello, Crush, Rick Martel, does not matter. I want a turn where Dynamite Kid, nope, the British Bulldog, Dynamite Kid. I just want that rotation in, just so we should know they work together. He turns on him. That's a storyline I'm going to be running. So the victor wins the WWF Royal Rumble and the WWF Heavyweight. Worker, that's fine. Though that absolutely can be the case. Hogan is very unhappy. What if we keep him strong? He's still unhappy, so it doesn't really matter, so we can remove that. Staff all looks good. Perfect. So if we look at Hulk, he is currently pleased, constantly dislikes the booking choice. What is his contract? He's on 350,000. If I preemptively give you your whole year's wage now, you're currently very happy. What finances look like? So that gives us a big hit, but it could be worse. We'll probably make the money back now. What is the booking analysis showing? Hulk Hogan's very unhappy, that's fine. 80% matches, currently at 72, so would not be penalised. After the match, Hogan and Sid argue. With the crowd siding with Sid. Hogan and Sid argue following his elimination, with the crowd siding with Sid. Happy to stick that in. So about, I don't know, 4 minutes. Hulk. We can do cutting a promo. Sid cutting a promo. Ric Flair. Character development. Mean Gene is then with Ric Flair, Mr. Perfect, Bobby Heenan. Jack Tunney presents Ric Flair with the belt. Flair cuts an all-time celebratory promo. Should we? Do you think we'll get in trouble by listening to the promo? I know I can't really show it. Ric Flair Royal Rumble 1992 promo. Right.
Alright, by virtue of winning the Royal Rumble, we have a brand new World Wrestling Federation champion as the press watches on. At this time, to present the title belt to the new champion, our president, the distinguished Jack Tunney.
Congratulations, Ric Flair, on becoming the undisputed champion of the World Wrestling Federation.
Let me just say, after Vito distorting the belt to proclaim me the real world champion, I'm going to tell you all, with a tear in my eye, this is the greatest moment in my life. when you walk around this world and you tell everybody you're number one, the only way you get to stay number one is to be number one. And this is the only title in the wrestling world that makes you number one. When you are the king of the WWE, you rule the world. Think about it like that, Mr. Perfect.
Guys are on the bandwagon.
Woo! Woo! Let's give a big one. Woo! You did it. I was never so impressed with anything I've ever seen in all my life. He went out there for over 60 minutes, never took a back step, took it to Hogan, took it to The Undertaker, took it to whoever got in that ring. That's why he is,
Hey,
and
Bobby,
you can call him now, the real world heavyweight champion.
We're not the kind of guys to say, we told you so, but we told you so.
Okay, very good. Ric Flair, you have made put that cigarette out. You have made World Wrestling Federation history here tonight.
It's the greatest moment of my life. I want to jump. I want to party. But I got to tell you like this. For the Hulk Hogans and the Macho Mans and the Pipers and the Sids, now it's Ric Flair. And y'all pay homage to the man. Woo! I love it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up. We hope you have enjoyed your Royal Rumble.
Perfect. I hope you all enjoyed that. Oh, that was a nice little taste breaker. But we had to play it. Put the music back on now. So let's run it. I think all looks good. We have Night 2 opening, New Foundation against the Dragon Bombers. Hayes is backstage and recaps the shooting with Brett and Mountie. Mountie's happy. Hogan mocks them. Brett against Piper. Piper shocks the Mountie. Hogan has no friends. Beverly Sisters match. Gina's backstage with the Warriors. Legion doing against Disasters. Disasters try and steal the belts but fend them off. Dragon Bombers are unhappy. Piper says he will now win the Rumble. Michael says he saved Jannetty. Alfred is backstage with Flair. Is there any way I can be first entrant? No, just elimination. Yeah, it's fine. Outside interference finish on Sid from Hulk. Is that something I can add? Oh yes, perfect. Royal Rumble. He wins the Royal Rumble and the World Heavyweight. Perfect. Hogan and Sid argue. Oh, there's no one I can borrow. Is there anyone local that would have been good? Dominic Danuki, I knew he wouldn't have came out of retirement. No one major that I can see. And then Flair cuts a promo. All looks good to me. I hope it's all good. Got the 19th Royal Rumble 1992 opening. In a poor match, the new Barbarian and Hercules have zero chemistry. That's fine. They don't have to be the ones to tag team together. The new Foundation defeat the Dragon Bombers when Owen pinned Barbarian with a missile dropkick. Lord Alfred Hayes is backstage and recaps the situation between Brett and the Mountie and shows us footage of Piper saving Brett from a post-match Mountie attack. Sean Mooney is with Jimmy Hart and the new Intercontinental Champion, the Mountie, who are happy that the Mountie won the belt, but also unhappy that Piper is getting a title shot, because he doesn't have enough wins to have earned it. Mean Gene is with Piper, who mocks Jimmy Hart and the Mountie. In a wild brawl, Piper defeated the Mountie in 11-19 with Sleeper to win the WWF Intercontinental Championship. Piper shocks Mountie with his own shock stick and then celebrates with his new belt. Ace tries to get an interview with Hogan, who says he'll have no friends later on tonight as it's every man for himself. Mean Gene is with the Bushwhackers and Jameson, who are excited to wrestle the Beverly Sisters. An extremely short match, the Beverly Brothers defeated the Bushwhackers in 5 minutes, when Bo pinned Butch with a Shaker Heights spike. Mean Gene is backstage with the Warriors, saying that they are the champs and they aren't going to duck anyone. In a decent match, the Legion of Doom drew with the Natural Disasters in 12-11, following a double countout. The Natural Disasters try and steal the tag belts following that, but the Road Warriors fend them off and get the belts back. Mooney is backstage with Jimmy Hart and the Dragon Bombers following it, and they are unhappy that they won the match but do not have the title. Mean Gene is backstage with the new Intercontinental Champion Roddy Piper, who says he'll now win the Rumble and become the first man to win both belts in one night. Michael says he saved Jannetty from a beating tonight, but by injuring him and taking him out the Rumble match. Lord Alfred is with Flair, who drew number 3, but he's going to make everyone a believer tonight. And then, in the main event, with an audience who seem pretty unclear, I don't think they liked the rest of the show. In a decent match, Ric Flair won the Royal Rumble in 62:05, when the order of elimination was Maniac Mark Lewin first, then Ray Stevens, which does not look good for them as a team, Tito, followed by Shawn Michaels, then Haku, Volkov, Sags, Virgil, Rick Martel, then Snooker. Jerry Lawler was eliminated, followed by Brian Knobbs, Duggan, IRS, The Mountie, Jim Neidhart, then Ted DiBiase, Bossman, Taker, Slaughter, Jake the Snake, then the British Bulldog, who was eliminated by Dynamite Kid, who was eliminated by Kerry. British Bulldog was eliminated by Kid, who was then eliminated by Kerry. Both Von Erichs were then eliminated by Roddy Piper. Then Savage, Hogan, and Sid. We also had Hogan pull Sid out, and Dynamite Kid turned on the British Bulldog. But ultimately, Ric Flair wins the WWF World Heavyweight title and the WWF Royal Rumble. Hogan and Sid argue the formation with the crowd siding with Sid. And Mean Gene is with Ric Flair, Mr. Perfect, and Bobby Heenan. Jack Tunney presents Flair with his belt, and Flair cuts a promo calling himself the real world's champion. Not the best of shows. So, Ric Flair is telling that he's awesome. Hulk, I think, just give him a hug. I just want to make him happy. Roddy Piper, also, let's give him a hug. And Randy Savage, I'm going to point him out, he's always a good example. Flair scene please, Hogan scene please, Piper scene please, Savage scene please. Financially, we made $3 million, makes up for Hogan. Finance wise, took a big hit. Really, we don't seem to have enough interesting storylines going on. I can understand that, but at the same time, a little frustrated. Media scrub. Does the WWF have a locker room problem? Well, it's great, it's no issue. The lack of storylines in the company is apparent. As head booker, shouldn't you address it? Storylines take time to build properly. It is known that Dynamite Kid and the British Bulldog hate each other. Does it not reflect badly on your locker room, as long as they remain professional? I like a little tension backstage, keeps everyone sharp. Ugh. We saw Jim Neidhart one night. I have faith it will become more consistent. You hired Dynamite Kid recently. How do you see him fit in the roster? I have high hopes for him, so I'm getting behind him with a strong push early. How concerned are you by the off night that Jerry Sags had? Everyone has night after time, give him a break. How do you intend to use a new signing, Ray Stevens? We have huge plans, I do, to be fair. Well, don't know if I have huge plans. I have plans to keep him in the roster, and I'd like him and Maniac Mark Lewin to kind of be almost the continuity with this night off. Venue, can we go to the Mid-Atlantic now? No, appropriate locker room incidents. I do actually need to find this. WCW main event, January 1992. I just have to find it in all of this. Oh, cracky. So 112, what's it next? 119, there it is. Michael Hayes and Barry Windham got into an argument. Ann Anderson did some drills. Scott Armstrong did some fun impressions. What a show. Like, we've had Clash of Champions. It seems WCW is going better than WWF. But I suppose it is harder being a bigger company. So what shows do we have here? Ron Simmons defeated Cactus Jack by DQ. Zbyszko defeated and held Simmons's foot from the outside as Cactus made the cover, until Abdullah came out and knocked down Zbyszko and brawled Cactus around the ring. That we can do if we have Abdullah, which we do not, so we'll use Big Van Vader. So, Ron Simmons against Cactus. Just keep in mind this is a B show, so we don't need to... Who won? After interference on Ron Simmons by Larry, but there was also interference on Cactus by Big Van Vader. Yeah, this is a B show, so we don't need to worry too much. Where am I looking? Down here. Cactus and Vader brawl around the ring and to the back. Perfect. We need Big Van Vader, Cactus. We can also have Ron and Zbyszko. I do also want to quickly, regardless of what goes on, where's King Kalua? He can beat face, male, Tim Bossman. 2 minutes, jobs are good, and King Kalua. It's too happy of a photo of King Kalua. See, all these photos are also too kind of new. Who is Jose Luis Riviera? Because if I can... Conquistador #1. Wrestles in WWF from 82 to 91. WCW in 91. Just go to I don't like that photo of him. I'm kind of willing to change it to this photo of Jose Luis Riviera and changing King Kalua. Is there like a... I just kind of want to repackage him. Because you got Ric Flair, Harley Race, Dory Funk, King Kalua. No, looks like King Kalua it is. But I'm happy to change his photo to Jose Luis Rivera. Yes, I'm kind of... Jose is Puerto Rican, King Kalua is Hawaiian. We'll just kind of let that happen. We'll ignore it. He's too smiley for the gimmick I'm going for, is the problem. Anyway, carry on. So that's fine, that ends that. Then we have Steve Austin pinned Todd Champion with a roll-up after Bobby Eaton interfered. After the bout, Champion was double-teamed until Ricky Steamboat made the save and fights off both Austin and Eaton. This does still refer to him 119. So, Clash of Champions I think was meant to be on the Tuesday, which obviously I can change now. But this still refers to Ricky Steamboat as WCW Tag Team Champion, so I don't know what's going on. So Steve Austin against Todd Champion. Short little match. Austin wins. outside interference finish on Todd Champion from Bobby Eaton. That's fine. Put that here. Angle. After the bout, Champion is double teamed until we don't need to stick the do type until Ricky Steamboat makes the save, and until he makes the save, that's fine. But we could, I think we can literally just do Steve, Bobby Eaton, and Ricky. I don't think we need to stick Todd Champion in it. Put that about here, that's fine. And that is the only matches on the show. So it's hosted by Shivani and Missy Hyatt. Feature segment of the Ross Report, in which Jim Ross conducts an interview with Cactus Jack regarding his match later in the show against Ron Simmons, and his recent rivalry with Abdullah. I mean, I'm going to change that to Vader. Ross Report with Cactus Jack regarding his match later on in the show against Ron Simmons and his recently rivalry with Abdullah the Butcher and Big Van Vader. So Jim Ross as the interviewer, Cactus cutting a promo, on Big Van Vader off screen, Abdullah off screen, and Ron Simmons off screen. Perfect, stick that. We'll put that here. And we can also do a WCW main event opening. Perfect, just like a cheeky little hype, pre-taped video. Rude. Oh, Rude's made his way up to a Major Star. And Dusty Steamboat. Who's fallen? I feel like someone else used to be there. That's fine. Book. And quickly, you could probably stick a little 2v2 of face mail. Let's just do Malenko and Malenko and Tony Sinclair against heels Tommy Rich and Rip Rogers. That's fine with me. Let's stick Malenko over and have a WCW Clash of Champions recap. That is fine with me. How long do we need? 7 minutes. Oh, let's just extend the match. Video, just hype, pre-taped. Oh, maybe it was just Sting and Luger here, and then Rude was down here. That's who's missing. It's fine with me. Book. I think actually, just since we've got a little extra minute, I'll just stick. Since Simmons already in a match, let's stick Muta against heel, male. I don't know. Is there anyone that isn't necessarily a major? Mr. Hughes. Hopefully this isn't a waste and he only has a certain amount of... Is that how you spell Kahlua? No. Kahlua. Winning the WCW World, not WCW, NWA Championship at ECW. Hype, pre-taped video, Who do we have? Who's in this storyline of National Wrestling Alliance? Let's just have King Kalua, Dick Murdoch, and Tommy Rich. That's Thomas Rich, isn't it? Nice. Stick that there. Booking analysis says Cactus Jack's been overused. He could never be. Let's run the show. WCW main event opening. In a terrible match, Malenko and Tony Sinclair beat Thomas Rich and Rip Rogers, when Malenko submitted Rich with a Texas Cloverleaf. Got a Clash of Champions recap. Austin defeated Todd Champion with a stun gun following interference from Bobby Eaton. After the bout, Champion is double teamed until Ricky Steamboat makes the save. Muta defeated Mr. Hughes, the Shining Wizard. The two had great chemistry and it showed. Recap of Kalua win the NWA Championship at ECW. In a bout which had little heat and embarrassing wrestling, great. Kalua defeated Bossman in 1:15 with a power slam. The Ross Report with Cactus Jack carded his match later in the show against Ron in his recent rivalry with Abdullah and Vader. And then in a decent match, Ron defeated Cactus in 9:33 when Cactus was disqualified after Zabisco ran in and attacked Simmons. But during the match, we also saw Vader run in and attack Cactus. Cactus and Vader brawl around the ring and to the back. Not the best show for a dead crowd, but it's a B show, so. Made us 24,000, eh? This guy's not complaining. He's got 2 thumbs and made 24,000. This dude. So once again, as I feel like I've been saying a lot, thank you all for your support on the YouTube, on presumably the Twitch. Should we try and sign into Twitch while we're here? Twitch.tv, see what the crack is, see what's going on. Log in. Can't spell Miguel. You would think it's my name. That's gonna make me go onto my Gmail. Perfect time to be doing this. When other time would you want to do this? Perfect. Got that. What's going on? Wrestling Challenge. Enjoyed the show. Royal Rumble, pretty good. People seem to enjoy the show. Main event, underwhelming. I understand the crowd was dead. Little baby Maru. So what's going on? We have a singular notification. A countdown to TwitchCon. So it looks like we haven't got any more. Oh god, this is the first time I've seen my own stream. I don't want to see this. Quickly, create a dashboard. I am live. Got 2 followers in the last month. Oh, I did. What's this? Achievements. I don't know what we've got recently. Completed. 2 followers. Streamed 7 days in the last 30. Robot, add 5 channels to your suggested channel list. I don't know, 5 people. Overview though, seem to be doing alright. Averaging 0.1 viewers on average. Got 5 followers. 15 hours streamed, 11 unique viewers, 6 chatters. Truth be told, I'll tell you the chatters. Most of the time, it's those bots that come in. So what's going on? I mean, the streams seem to get like 6 viewers. I'll take that. 0 copyright strikes, so I'll also take that. Nice. It has suddenly come up that I have 1 viewer watching the stream. Fairly sure that was me clicking on my own Twitch. So, nice. Love that. A little bit of behind the scenes for you there. This is what goes into doing this. Ron Simmons wants some time to heal. Main event was shown to 44,000 people. More people should tune into main event. I think it's a good show. People have some problems, but that's alright. So we have Super Brawl in the next 40 days. It's good with me. I don't think we need anything. Did we hire everyone we wanted to? Jessica Ventura, Garvin, Funk, Tully. I think so. And WWF. Instant Kurt, he's a hard drug user. Let's give him a fine. Small positive. He's very happy. Nice. That's the kind of shit we need. Wrestling Challenge got 58,000 viewers. The Royal Rumble was shown last night on TV, got 69,000 people watching it and a buy rate of 1.75. So in total, almost 1 million people watched it. I think that might be good for 1992. Tony likes Sags. Wurzel likes Earthquake. Pat Patterson likes the Mountie. Keith Hart does not like the Dynamite Kid. I think we know that. Let's check all the morale issues. Colonel Mustafa. You're on 16,000. Because we made bare money, I'll give you 20. And you're happy. Bulldog, I like you a lot. You're on 13. I'll give you a bonus. You have 20k. Accidentally give you a 10, but you're happy with that. Sags, you got morale issues. I don't plan on keeping you around. Same with Knobs. Ultimate Warrior, you always have morale issues. You're on 125, so let me give you a bonus of 100k. You're now happy. The Mountie, I would like to keep you around. You're on 13. Let me give you a bonus of 20. Nice. Pat Patterson, got some morale issues. What are you irritated at? Irritated at liking the senior road agent. I believe I can't remove him. Oh no, he is here. Everyone is considered a better road agent. Pat Patterson, no one's considered a better road agent. Tony, oh. Let me give you a bonus. You're on 10k. I'll give you 10k. Are you pleased? So what's going on? So we'll start our backstage. Locker room is average. Alright, we've got some negative people. Why are the backstage rules? Because nobody can leave. There you go. Slightly better. People do keep failing drug tests, that's fine. Brian Costello, we can just delete that. Same, what's the Rick Martel one? Likely to succeed, that's fine. Crush, you're not going to get a victory anytime soon. That is fine. WrestleMania, that's fine. Saturday, it's main event. Primetime Wrestling, we need to check this seriously. Primetime Wrestling, we book, that's fine. I have to check that. So we check our titles. Ric Flair, World Champion. Track Prestige, now 84, perfect. The Royal Rumble. Flair has won, 1992. Animal Hawk, Champions, happy with that. King of the Ring. Piper, good. All seems fine. Any hidden gems? No one really. Tom Pritchard will probably come somewhere. Jesus, that was a whole lot of angles in a row. So we have WWF, Primetime Wrestling, '20th of January 1992. What's going on? So McMahon opens by telling viewers Ric Flair won the WWF Championship at the Royal Rumble. Venue, been the Tri-State, been the Southwest. I guess now let's go to the Southeast. Locker room. Virgil failed to pick up his tab. Slaughter and Crush have been spending a lot of time together. IRS has a creative finish, that could do. I want to medal. I'd like to medal between Dynamite Kid and the British Bulldog. I want to try and do some positive meddling. See if anything comes of it, who knows. So, McMahon tells the viewers Ric Flair won the WWF Championship at the Royal Rumble in perfect and Heenan gloat. Troublesome guys. So we have Vince, Bobby, Mr. Perfect, Slick, and Gorilla are on this panel. Was it a Reverend Slick? And Gorilla. So they're talking about Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, and Sid. That's fine. Put that in straight away. So the announcers for Primetime Wrestling. So instead of Lord Alfred Hayes, should we do Bobby? Save. Nice. So WWF Prime Time Wrestling opening. Perfecto, perfecto. Stick that here. 3 minutes. Height, created video. Hogan, Savage, Flair. Ooh, Auckland's made his way up here. So is Piper. Nice. All the boys make it to the top. So the opening contest is the Texas Tornado beating the Wits. In fact, I'm happy to do a 2v2. Wait, can we create a team? The Von Erichs. Just as individuals. Yeah, and I think we can stick them against heel team. Just male. Stick them against Sonny Blaze and Bob Smedley. 4 minutes. Even less than that, to be honest. Let's stick it at 2. Let's stick Kevin over. Kevin says, now that he is here, to back up his brother. The Nasty Boys better stay away. Kevin. I think we do them cutting a promo on Brian Knobbs. So my idea in this, Jerry Suggs, is kind of, we know what Kerry's like, fall off the wagon at any moment. Kevin's here is just to kind of look after him. So footage of an 8-man tag team match between Bossman, Jim and Legion of Doom against Mountie, Earthquake and the Nasty Boys from Super Tape 92 is shown. But instead, I think what we'll do is let's do the Legion of Doom. I'm happy to also do Big Bossman and Jim Neidhart. And just stick them against heel men. We exclude already booked. We have Dale Wolf, Chris Duffy, the Brooklyn Brawler, and Brian Donahue. Yeah, 5 minutes. I think we can maybe stick Neidhart over, since I think he's the lowest of all of them. And then Hercules beats Greg Valentine when he raises his shoulder off the mat for a doubles pin spot. Who knows if that's meant to be the case, but that happens. So I'm happy to have Hercules against Greg. What was that, in 9 minutes? This is our B show, isn't it? So it's not exactly imperative. Let's see, there's no picture-in-picture promos. Monsoon and Heenan debate how close the Natural Disasters became to winning the tag titles. So we have Gorilla and Bobby talking about Typhoon, Earthquake, Animal, and Hawk. 3 minutes is fine with me. Stick that here. The new foundation be Bob Avery and Brad Avery when Owen pins Bob after a rocket launcher. Instead of that, I think I'm just going to stick Owen Hart over heel, male. Let's just stick him over the Repo Man. Is there a better... Because what's the gym picture? He just kind of looks like that. Is there kind of a better young Owen Hart picture? That one's fine with me. I don't really like the other one. Heenan notes that the Jobber team name is the Avery Boys. That's the end of it. In the split screen, the Beverly Brothers and the Genius remind fans of hurting Jim Neidhart's knee the previous year. Perfect. So if we just do storyline, so this, let's just end storyline. And then WWF, the Heart, the Foundation, Owen, Jim, and then Blake, and is it Bo Beverly? Yeah. Start that as a storyline. Put the Genius in. So the Beverly Brothers and the Genius remind fans of hurting Jim Neidhart's knee the previous year. So Blake, see, I'm fine with the Beverlys. I just hate the Bushwhackers. Against Jim and Owen. Backstage, 3 minutes. Stick that here. We then get a Jake Roberts squash from Superstars. A new Tatanka vignette sees his soul cleansed by Native American shaman, so he can soar like an eagle in the WWF. So Tatanka, subjective video maybe. Hype, pre-taped video. What's it gonna be? Character development. Outside broadcast. 2 minutes. Nice. Replay of Big Bossman and Kato from last month's Primetime Wrestling. McMahon says that Jack Tunney is sending a list of 5 contenders for Ric Flair's title. Monsoon posts that Hogan and Sid should be on the list. Slick proposes Bret Hart. But McMahon says that he is sick at the moment. Monsoon adds Savage. Perfect joke that Jameson should be on there. McMahon also speculates that Roddy Piper should be there. McMahon also tossed the idea of Undertaker facing Flair. That's fine, we'll stick that here. So, Vince McMahon. Next we can do Gorilla. Reverend Slick. Bobby. Mr. Perfect. Just talking about Hulk Hogan off screen. Ric Flair, obviously. Sid. The Undertaker. Who else is Roddy Piper? New Randy Savage. And Bret Hart, all mentioned. Replays of the Rockers' breakup angle is shown. So, Sean, let's just do, I guess, cutting a promo. Backstage, it is a pre-taped video. 4 minutes. McMahon recaps how the IC title has changed hands over the last week. Heenan argues that a high fever was no excuse for Bret because he once wrestled with a 118-degree temperature. So, Vince, character development, and Bobby Heenan talking about Bret the Mountie, and Roddy. And then we have Bret Hart wrestling Ted DiBiase to a time limit draw in 20 minutes. One knows why there's 20-minute matches on here, but Bret against Ted. Oh, he's the $1 Million Man. I reckon we can just change his name. So if we save, book this, 20 minutes, put it to a, you got that the time limit finish. Roster, $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. I'm happy just to make him Ted DiBiase. After the match, Sherry tries to go after Bret, but he chases her around the ring. So is this a new storyline for Bret? So I see gold. Ted. But Bret is supporting now. Fair to Flair, I think that's still fine. Jimmy's loyalties, that's kind of still going on. Sid He is Chance, kind of still going on. Snakebite, kind of still going on. Tank Buffalo, kind of still going on. Heart Foundation, kind of still going on. Nasty Boys, kind of still going on. Sad storyline. WF, the $1 Million Ted, Bret, Sherry. Oh, Sensational Sherry? Yeah. Which is it Fair to Flair? Oh, Ted DiBiase in this. For whatever reason, IRS. I guess this is because he kind of becomes a tag team man. We'll see if this storyline goes anywhere. After the bell, Sherry tries to go after Bret, but he chases around the ring. DiBiase also goes after the Hitman, but gets knocked over the top rope. Just do that. Bret, Ted, Sensational Sherry. And then a replay of Gene Okerlund's interview with Ric Flair, him and Mr. Perfect after the Royal Rumble is shown. Oh God, and then we've got more matches. Just stick R on there. So you have Gene as the interviewer, Rick cutting a promo, Mr. Perfect under character development, Bobby Heenan, and yeah, it's fine. Hulk off screen, Sid off screen. Perfect. We have a quick Sid powerbombing Skinner in 1 minute 43. We can just get that out the way. So Sid against heel male. Anyone down here that just doesn't need to be Skinner, yeah, that's fine with me. Who is Skinner? Oh, Steve Kerwin. It's fine. 1 minute, Sid domination. We can stick this between all this wild amount of angles. Here. We also have the Mountie beats Jimmy James with a knee drop in 1:18. Slick then gave his predictions for the Super Bowl, but that's fine. Let's have the Mountie beat face male. Anyone down here that doesn't matter. I guess someone like Butch. In 1 minute, the Mountie again, domination. Stick that here. Chris Walker prints the Brooklyn Brawler in 4-1. And that seems to be everything. So let's have, instead, I would like to have Dynamite Kid take on face male. Let's have him take on Virgil. How long do we have? 2 minutes. That will go up to 3. That's fine. Stick Dynamite Kid over. Put that just here. Turn this down a minute. That's good. I do actually need to do a storyline. Add storyline, WWF, the British Bulldogs. Well, I want the British Bulldog and Dynamite Kid in a feud. Nice. I think all this seems good. It's a B show anyway, so that's fine. Primetime wrestling opening. McMahon tells viewers that Ric Flair won the WWF Championship at the Royal Rumble, and Heenan and Perfect gloat. How are McMahon and Heenan an awkward commentary duo? Bloody yeah. So if we do commentary, so we can't do this. So instead of McMahon and Heenan, let's stick, I guess, Monsoon. So who else? Also, I guess Monsoon. We could stick Reverend Slick on here just for the sake of he's on the panel. So is that every all bases covered? He's on a 57 a year. Let's just quickly change, I don't know, this to Reverend Slick. And this to Gorilla Monsoon. Just to make sure everything else is alright. Kevin says now that he's here to back up his brother, the Nasty Boys better stay away. How's commentary saying? Nothing. In a terrible match, Bossman, Neidhart and the Legion of Doom defeated Dale Wolf, Chris Duffy, Brooklyn Brawler and Brian Donahue when Jim pinned Dale with an anvil flattener. Monsoon and Heenan debate how close the Natural Disasters came to winning the tag titles. And then, in a bout which didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling, Hercules defeated Greg in 8:36 with a full Nelson. The Beverleys and the Genius remind fans about hurting Jim Neidhart's knee the previous year. Owen defeated Repo Man in 3:30 with a sharpshooter. Stanker Vignette sees his soul being cleansed by a Native American shaman so he can soar like an eagle in the WWF. Sid defeated Skinner in 56 seconds with a powerbomb. I'm just going to change all the matches to not be them two. Perfect. And then the main event, who is it? Lord Alfred Hayes. McMahon says Jack Tunney is assembling a list of the top 5 contenders for Ric Flair's WWF title. The Mountie defeated Butch in 45 seconds with a Quebec Crab. A replay as the Rockers breakup angle is shown. Dynamite Kid defeated Virgil in 49 seconds with a diving headbutt. McMahon recaps how the IC title has changed hands over the last week. Brett Drew with Ted. Oh, look at that. Just segment bombing. Brett Drew with Ted in 20 minutes when the time limit expired. After the bell, Sherry tries to go after Brett. He chases her on the ring. DiBiase also goes after the Hitman but gets knocked over the top rope. And a replay of Gene Oakland's interview with Ric Flair, Heenan and Perfect after the Rumble is shown. Not the best shows, I understand that. Financially made 11k. All else is fine, nothing major. But I think ladles and jelly spoons is where we're going to end the stream. Just getting in these cheeky little ones while I can. That was a nice stretch. Happy Valentine's Day! I'd say to everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. That dates this video when it comes out in a month's time, so just to let you know, you can catch all these videos first on twitch.tv/the Stan Miguel. Not the Stan Miguel, just Dan Miguel. Sunny Beach bonds with the franchise Shane Douglas. If you ask me, I'd think that is both two different people merged together. One of them being Shane Douglas. Primetime wrestling. Okay, people either loved or hated it. We held a shouts show in Puerto Rico. That was an accent. How's our finances here? 1 million. That's fine. What's going on with the WWF? We have Superstars Wrestling, so we can just sim along a little bit and kind of see what's coming up. But I don't think we're in any rush. Skip Young. He was voted Male Young Wrestler of the Year in 1979. Fair play to Skip Young. No new mods have seemed to have came up for the game, so that's fine. It's not like I'm going to be suddenly swept away by something else. All Japan Morale Issue. Ring Wrestling Stars. Bad Blood was formed in Eurostars. Masaru Toi won the title. King Kalua signed with NWA New Zealand for the night. Beaten Rip Morgan in a tables match. I do actually know who Rip Morgan is, that's fair. WWF side again. Everything seems more or less fine. Just happy to be here, happy to be around. How would be this is going to correlate. How would people feel about some old school RuneScape being played? Because I don't really know enough about RuneScape, so it would be a learning experience for all of us. But if it's something people might like, let me know. I feel like once I start doing this content, it's all the content. I'm just too lazy to edit. Which, I mean, once I get onto it, not Didier Gap. Johnny Kidd was promoted. What's going on here? Jesse Ventura, I think he's a face. Garvin bring as a heel. Funk. I bring the Funks as a faces. New Japan have made a touring contract to Ricky Steamboat. Doesn't seem like they have. I mean, if he can still work for us, if he'd still pick us over you, yes, that is fine. But not if he's going to suddenly disappear for a while and I just won't see him at all. Because then, no, I wouldn't really. Best viewers on steamboot.com. Yes! Just to let people know, whenever that does happen, like, it's just a bot coming in to the chat and just give me some kind of horrific spammy, oh my neck, horrific spammy link that definitely won't give everyone a virus. I'm also not going to buy my viewers. I'm so sad that I'm not doing this for anyone's case. Doing this because I have fun. Dory Funk also brings a face. It's fine. Todd Alston's got a good look. I'm just going to say it. And then WWF, Paul Ellering. We can bring him in. I think it's a face. I'm happy with that. And we're at Superstars of Wrestling, which, as we all know, is Superstars of Wrestling. Superstars of Wrestling, which we book properly. We don't do this. We book Superstars. Anyway. Thank you all for being around. It means the world to me. It really does. Stay safe. Have a lovely time.